Hey everyone, today we're going to Oxford, not in England, in Connecticut. Those of you who follow my video blog in Russian know that we spent a lot of time in New England. I particularly like this area of the United States, the reason we're going to Connecticut today is because of Ross's passion. He has been for years and years has been buying and selling stuff at auctions, antique, old, interesting, quirky things that he really into. He has been restoring those things and then either selling them or keeping them, and this is a really fascinating journey that he has been on, and I got into it and I thought it might be interesting to actually turn it into a video blog so that people can follow his adventures and maybe get into it as well. So today we'll show you something that he's picking up at an auction. I don't actually know what he's picking up, but I'll be filming it. There you go, he's laughing. But he'll tell you all about it as we go along.
Hi. Yeah, so of the auctions that I buy from, they are literally 100% all online. Most of the auctions that I buy from have the ability for you to turn up in person and bid, you know, in the room, but yeah, I figure it's more convenient for me to bid at home, and that way I can bid at a few different auctions that are all happening on the same day and I don't have to be at any one of them. So yeah, that's the way I like it. The only downside to buying stuff from auctions remotely by not being there in person is that you always incur shipping costs. So when I am looking for things, I always have to factor in the cost of the shipping to get it home to me, and in a lot of cases that makes the whole deal not very profitable. Not that it's purely about profit, but you know, it's the only way I can keep doing it is by making money from the things that I sell, which then gives me money to put back into buying more. Then I found out about estate auctions. So estate auctions are run by auction companies who literally have scouts out in the suburbs and in the cities and the towns looking for people who are selling up everything and moving on. A lot of people in this area seem to be, you know, the retirement thing is to sell everything you've got, sell your house and then head down to Florida. And then of course there are estate sales that result from the, you know, a death in a family, and perhaps there's nobody left to pass things down to, or maybe the kids that remain can't deal with it because the amount of stuff is overwhelming. So, and those ones you have to go and pick up in person. So yeah, I've got a couple of the chess sets which are electronic, and so basically you have special pieces which you put on there and you play against the computer, and you make your move physically and then the computer thinks and makes its move electronically, so the piece would actually slide across the board to wherever it decided it was going to move to.
So where are the pieces?
You have to buy them separately.
Oh, okay, so you don't have them.
No, but this board, I got 2 of these in this condition,
okay,
for $11, and they'll sell for about 160 each.
Wow. What are they?
These are 2 ceramic beer steins.
Okay.
Half a litre and 1 litre.
Okay.
Very nice.
Yeah. How about this jacket?
Yeah. And this lovely Harley Davidson jacket.
Yeah, you're
very
gonna keep
nice.
it or what?
Well, I don't know.
No, I think you should sell it.
Honestly, yeah. I mean, I've got it listed already.
Good. How much for?
150.
Nice.
It would cost me $40.
Oh.
Very nice. It's got, you know, genuine character. It's unusual because it's got the open pockets here at the front. Most leather jackets have a zipped pocket, which is like a vertical type thing for putting your hand in this way. These ones, and just again, you know, the connection with American pickers. This is exactly the same style of jacket that Mike Wolf has, the producer of American Pickers. So yeah, ooh, anyway, I'll wear it today. For $10 I got this beautiful old antique short neck banjo. So the body is in real good shape. The skin is very good. It's a Remo. Remo is a very good quality drum skin manufacturer. So it just looks like it needs a new fretboard.
Yeah. Weather King, made in USA. And
very solid construction.
Are you going to sell it?
Yeah. And so, you know, if you're good at this kind of thing, you could restore it and use it as a playable banjo, no doubt. Or you could just put it up on the wall. It's a lovely piece that look good in a man cave or a bar or something.
Yeah. So next weekend we are going on a very long road trip to a place not far from Chicago. So this is going to be about 14-hour drive. We'll drive through 3 states, right? So we'll drive through 5 states. Wow, that's cool. So we're gonna go from New Jersey
to Pennsylvania,
and
then Ohio, and then Indiana, and then Illinois.
That's really cool. And we're going to stay overnight the first night. So we're going to stay at a place halfway in Ohio, and then going to spend the night in Illinois, and then on the way back we're going to drive through the entire journey, basically 14-hour trip. But hopefully we'll get home maybe around midnight, we'll see, on Saturday. Now the reason we're going there is quite interesting.
So I was lucky enough to win a vintage motorcycle at an auction. This is a bike that it's a Japanese bike. The model is Bridgestone, and of course nobody has ever heard of Bridgestone motorcycles. It's the same company that makes the tires, because Bridgestone is the tire industry is what they made their reputation from. But early in the 60s, when they were starting to actually break out, they were making tires for all of the large Japanese motorcycle manufacturers: Honda, Kawasaki, Suzuki, Yamaha. And they were selling so many tires to these guys. They saw that the interest in motorcycles had increased that much that they decided, well, why don't we make our own brand of motorcycles? So they did, for a period of about 5 or 6 years, I believe. And it got to the point where they became better at making motorcycles than the 4 big Japanese companies whose whole existence was, created the demand on motorcycles. You know, they were pumping out so many different models. Lots of people were interested in them, and so they were buying them. And then all of a sudden the Bridgestone motorcycles started to be noticed as outperforming the same size engine of the other major manufacturers, and so they started to sell very, very well. And then of course the major manufacturers didn't like this. They didn't like a new kid on the block who was coming out making motorcycles which were more popular than their own. So nobody really knows the reason behind why they stopped making them, but rumor has it that the major manufacturers, the 4 major manufacturers, probably put pressure on Bridgestone to stop making the motorcycles, otherwise we will stop buying your tires. So yeah, it ended in 65.
So that's exciting. We're going to see an old motorbike which Ross
Picking it up.
is picking up in Chicago, and then follow the journey on how he's going to maybe restore it a little bit and then sell it.
Yeah.
So I just noticed that you can see I'm wearing a pink hat. There is one more pink hat at the back of the car, just in case I run out of pink hats. And I always pick them up when we go to the big motocross or supercross events. So I've got two now, and I've got a couple of black ones as well. We have a whole collection. It's just a side story. Ross?
I'm driving, man.